Today we have summarized interesting news about Chelsea, which is certainly special for you. Our top news today, there is Mudryk, who will be loaned out. Next there is Nicolas Jackson, who received sanctions at the end of the video. Todd Boehly is asked to fire Pochettino and replace him with Zerbi. To find out so you don't misunderstand, read in full. Journalists singled out mid-class Chelsea recruits who could become stars. According to journalist Dean Jones, the likes of Leslie Ugochukwu as a mid-range player who may have flown under the radar as an unknown player when he arrived. But Jones believes it is this kind of recruitment that could be a smart solution for Chelsea in the near future, with Ugochukwu expected to become a star. Speaking to GiveMeSport, Jones said, "Yes, people always look at the top players and the numbers around them as players who will determine how good the squad is. But what we sometimes miss is the recruitment of middle-class players that is done to really build the squad. They actually sometimes become players who can be relied on and become stars. Ugochukwu is one player who can be like that. Imagine him with Caicedo. That's what I'm looking forward to." Ivan Toney has now told the manager he wants to leave. According to the Daily Mirror, Ivan Toney has spoken to his manager and expressed his desire for a new challenge. With so many big clubs emerging, it is not surprising to hear that Toney wants to leave Brentford, and the England international certainly looks capable of playing for the likes of Chelsea or Arsenal. He really showed his quality last season by scoring 20 goals in 33 Premier League appearances. This is the kind of weapon Chelsea could really use, although landing it may not be easy with Arsenal also sniffing around. However, you have to say that Chelsea definitely need Toney more than their London rivals, and hopefully they can come out on top in the battle for the Brentford and England striker. Fabrizio Romano claims that manager Mauricio Pochettino is responsible for Chelsea's failure to recruit Joao Felix this summer. He took to YouTube to state that his bosses were not convinced by the 23-year-old, and instead wanted to look the other way. He said, "The feeling at Chelsea from June to August was that for Atletico, it was impossible to accept a loan deal. It was a permanent transfer or nothing, and Atletico knew Chelsea had decided against spending 70 million euros to 80 million euros. It was a rejection for Chelsea from a financial point of view. And also from a technical point of view, Pochettino is not convinced by this solution, and believes that Nkunku is perfect for Chelsea in such a creative position. So Pochettino and the club together decided to take a different path." Chelsea fans on Twitter were not at all happy after learning that Stephen Cooper left Andrey Santos out of the squad for the Premier League match against Manchester City. Chelsea fans will be hoping Santos gets some deserved playing time at Forest and gets the chance to progress and develop. But it didn't go according to plan. Santos has never appeared in the Premier League for Forest. On Saturday afternoon, Forest manager Steve Cooper did not even include the teenager in his squad for the Premier League match against reigning champions Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. Chelsea are ready to loan winger Mykhailo Mudryk in the hope of helping the Ukrainian find his best form. Mudryk's arrival at Stamford Bridge in January was widely praised, and Chelsea took him out of the sights of Arsenal, who had worked for months to reach a deal to take him to North London. They also paid quite a lot for his services, with signing him potentially costing the club £89 million and giving him an 8-year contract. But so far he has struggled to make any impression, failing to score in his first 21 games and providing just 2 assists. Chelsea co-owner Behdad Eghbali was seen running away from angry fans following the 1-0 home defeat to Aston Villa. Eghbali, who leads the club alongside Todd Boehly, is said to have entered the dressing room to address the squad after another poor performance from the Blues, a result which saw them booed by their own supporters outside the pitch. After the match, Eghbali's clip went viral on social media, and several Chelsea fans were seen chasing him and demanding answers. Eghbali was seen rushing into the back of a black car, assisted by a security guard. Former Liverpool player says Chelsea need a miracle after recruitment disasters. On ESPN today, looking back at the Blues' disappointing results, Nicole claimed the team needed a miracle to save their current season. He also didn't want to blame his manager, instead pointing the finger at the recruitment team that had brought this group together. Nicole said, "Chelsea recruitment staff misunderstood. Coaches, no matter who it is, find it difficult to put the pieces of this puzzle together. If he is given puzzle pieces that don't fit, you are looking for a miracle. They need a miracle. It's still easy to see a steady increase every day, but it's been noticeable for some time now. What if we never took shortcuts? What if we still can't score? Fear is real." Chelsea star Nicolas Jackson is suspended for the next match. Nicolas Jackson will miss the Blues' upcoming Premier League match against Fulham on October 2nd, after picking up his 5th yellow card of the season against Aston Villa, according to Football.London. The yellow card was obtained because Jackson blocked Villa goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez's quick free kick. Unfortunately, he was unable to comply with the ban in the EFL Cup match against Brighton and Hove Albion on September 27th. Although harsh, this caution epitomizes Nicolas Jackson's reckless play in this campaign. The 22-year-old often endangers Chelsea with reckless challenges and poor discipline. In 6 matches, Jackson has received 5 yellow cards and only scored 1 goal. That too against Luton Town, who are fighting relegation. For a man who is currently the only striker on his team, these statistics are certainly worrying. In a pre-match press conference covered by Football.London, Chelsea boss Mauricio Pochettino told reporters he had spoken to Jackson about how his cheap behavior would harm the team. Todd Boehly was asked to fire Mauricio Pochettino. Aston Villa supporters told Mauricio Pochettino he would be fired in the morning after the game's defeat. Ahead of the Villa game, Pochettino was asked if he was frustrated with Chelsea's recent form. The 51-year-old replied, "I'm not frustrated because I think the team performed well. We can't complain about the performance of a team that is missing many key players." Then, Pochettino was asked how Boehly felt about Chelsea's poor results and whether he had spoken to the American billionaire. The former Tottenham boss said, "We spoke, but also with our sporting directors, we are in touch. They support the project. They are not disappointed because I think we shared some ideas about the performance." While Boehly may be supportive of Pochettino's project at Stamford Bridge, the visiting Villa fans certainly made their feelings known about the Chelsea boss and warned him he would be sacked. The Blues co-owners now have a decision to make: stay or pivot. Todd Boehly was asked to fire Mauricio Pochettino and bring in Zerbi. Much of the Chelsea fan base is urging Todd Boehly to end Mauricio Pochettino's tenure following defeat to Aston Villa. Supporters rushed to social media platforms after the final whistle to express their feelings. One user posted, "1 win in 6 games, despite having one of the easiest fixtures in the entire league. Football is outdated, boring with no control or sophistication. Enough is enough brings someone who knows some of these things, young players, and play football a very good one. Invite Zerbi." Meanwhile, another N5 posted, "There would be nothing wrong if he was sacked. If your entire preseason was disrupted because of Nkunku's injury, you are tactically incompetent. You had 3 left backs on the bench, and he didn't use one. You forced Silva into the lineup when one of the best center backs in the league is forced into left back. Has a history of not being able to break down low blocks as is. Sanchez has stopped this. 30 at least." However, not all Chelsea fans are calling for Pochettino's dismissal. At Tom Kerwin 12 posted, "It's a shame if you want Poch out or blame the owner. Support other clubs.